Here's a question for you. When did being a good leader become synonymous with being endlessly available and totally self-sacrificing? Because I don't know who started that blasphemous rumor, but they owe all of us an apology. Probably Chad. So let's talk about boundaries, shall we? The thing every burned out, overwhelmed leader wishes they had set 6 months ago, or 6 years ago, and has known they needed to even longer than that. So, pretty long. If you've ever answered emails at midnight or while hiding in the bathroom, said yes to one more thing when your plate was already full, or put your needs last in the name of being a team player, then this is just for you. So here's the deal. Boundaries aren't walls. They're guardrails. They don't push people away or make you less important or less valuable. They keep you from crashing off the side of a mountain. Or you could think of them like the old but very meaningful oxygen mask metaphor. If you don't put yours on first, you can't help anyone. And then you're left gasping for air while also trying to facilitate a budget meeting, which might feel that way anyhow, but you get my point. Somewhere along the way, I need to be intentional with my time got twisted into I'm being selfish or too needy. Saying no and being clear about what was really ours to do and how we wanted to be got further and further away from the actual skills we needed to be taught to be effective in our leadership roles. Yeah, we need some skills. So let's fix that. Here are 5 boundary fails I see over and over with leaders who want to perform at their best. First, over-availability. You say, just ping me anytime. I have an open door. And now your team thinks you're their personal help desk. It's a very nice social convention that's eating your soul. Next, hero syndrome. You jump in to save the day, even when no one has asked you to. Congrats, you're exhausted, and your team hasn't learned a thing. Third, silent tolerance. You hate how things are going, but you just keep absorbing it, hoping it magically improves. Spoiler alert, it won't. Passive endurance is not a leadership strategy. Next, calendar cannibalism. You leave your calendar wide open. Let me know what works for you. Translation, please devour all the white space I had for deep work and lunch. Your time is not a community pool. It needs a gate and a fence. Last but not least, guilt-driven compliance. You say yes because you feel bad, not because it's the right move. You feel guilty for disappointing someone, so you disappoint yourself instead. Yikes. Okay, that was mildly painful, but here's the good news. These are all skills, baby. Let's reverse engineer what good boundaries look like with 5 key strategies and skills that act as your guardrails or your oxygen mask. First, clear working hours. Set them and stick to them, especially for yourself, and communicate them. Your brain needs downtime, integration time, time to not be the master of control. You can go back to being in control after a nice evening with your family and a good night's sleep. Trust me, everything will be waiting for you in the morning. This isn't lazy, it's strategic recovery. 2, delegate like a boss. This is about removing that cape. You can't lead effectively if you're hoarding all the work. And let's be honest, it's kind of a control thing anyway, right? Delegate and let your team jump in. Let go and let them grow. Third, give the feedback. Avoiding it doesn't keep the peace. It actually delays performance. You don't need to keep sweating it. Just stick to this. What happened? So what? And now what? Boom, insights delivered. 4, protect that white space. Block time for deep work or the things that really need to get done that you know are important. And yes, block time for doing nothing. If your calendar looks like a game of Tetris played by an intern on espresso, we have a problem. Recovery time isn't a luxury. It's leadership hygiene. You gotta block it to rock it. 5, say no, without a monologue. Let's stop giving a full PowerPoint deck explaining why we can't take on that extra project. Just, no, I'm not available at the moment, or next week, or possibly ever. Done. No follow-up email, no guilt. And if that good old feeling of guilt arises, invite it over for tea, and then let it know it's time to go. When you say no to the thing that isn't yours to do, you're saying yes to the thing that is. That's presence. That's clarity. And that's leadership. Here's the truth. When you set boundaries, you're not being selfish. You're modeling what healthy leadership looks like and what it looks like to have a healthy life at work and at home. You're giving your team permission to do the same. You're showing them that your value isn't in how much you can carry or how much you do. That's an old, outdated idea about work. The doing gets done when the being is able to be. And how wisely you protect the energy that makes you effective, well, that's the whole point. Booyah! If you want more support to really get the skinny on becoming a master at giving and receiving feedback, grab the feedback toolkit in the link below. It'll help you turn those previously known as difficult conversations into clarity and collaboration. And if this video landed for you and was helpful, just hit subscribe to get more great stuff on how to thrive in the 9 to 5 and beyond. Happy thriving!